A powwow is a gathering of some of North America's native people. The word derives from the Narragansett word powwow, meaning spiritual leader. A similar gathering by California native peoples usually in the fall is called a big time. A modern powwow is a specific type of event for Native American First Nations people to meet and dance, sing, socialize, and honor Native American First Nations culture. Powwows may be private or public. There is generally a dancing competition, often with significant prize money awarded. Powwows vary in length from a one-day event to major powwows called for a special occasion which can be up to 1 week long. The term also has been used to describe any gathering of Native Americans of any tribe, and as such is occasionally heard in older Western movies. The word has also been used to refer to a meeting, especially a meeting of powerful people such as officers in the military. However, such use is sometimes viewed as disrespectful to Native culture. Organization. Planning for a powwow generally begins months, perhaps even a year, in advance of the event by a group of people usually referred to as a powwow committee. Powwows may be sponsored by a tribal organization, by an American Native community within an urban area, a Native American Studies program or American Native Club on a college or university campus, tribe, or any other organization that can provide startup funds, insurance, and volunteer workers. Powwow Committee. A powwow committee consists of a number of individuals who do all the planning prior to the event. If a powwow has a sponsor, such as a tribe, college, or organization, many or all members of the committee may come from that group. The committee is responsible to recruit and hire the head staff, publicize the powwow, secure a location, and recruit vendors who pay for the right to set up and sell food or merchandise at the powwow. Staff. The head staff of a powwow are the people who run the event on the day or days it actually occurs. They are generally hired by the powwow committee several months in advance, as the quality of the head staff can have an impact on attendance. To be chosen as part of the head staff is an honor, showing respect for the person's skills or dedication. Arena Director. The arena director is the person in charge during the powwow. Sometimes the arena director is referred to as the whip man, sometimes the whip man is the arena director's assistant, and many powwows don't have a whip man. The arena director makes sure dancers are dancing during the powwow and that the drum groups know what type of song to sing. If there are contests, the arena director is ultimately responsible for providing judges, though he often has another assistant who is the head judge. The arena director is also responsible for organizing any ceremonies that may be required during the powwow, such as when an eagle feather is dropped, and others as required. One of the main duties of the arena director is to ensure that the dance arena is treated with the proper respect from visitors to the powwow. Master of Ceremonies. The Master of Ceremonies, or MC, is the voice of the powwow. It is his job to keep the singers, dancers, and public informed as to what is happening. The MC sets the schedule of events, and maintains the drum rotation, or order of when each drum group gets to sing. The MC is also responsible for filling any dead air time that may occur during the powwow, often with jokes. The MC often runs any raffles or other contests that may happen during the powwow. Head dancers. The head dancers consist of the head man dancer and the head woman dancer, and often head teen dancers, head little boy and girl dancers, head golden age dancers, and a head gore dancer if the powwow has a gore dance. The head dancers lead the other dancers in the grand entry or parade of dancers that opens a powwow. In many cases, the head dancers are also responsible for leading the dancers during songs, and often dancers will not enter the arena unless the head dancers are already out dancing. Host drums and drum groups. Music for powwow dance competition and other activities is provided by a drum, a group of performers who play a large, specially designed drum and sing traditional songs. The number of members of a drum group may vary, but is usually at least 4 people, and can be far more. Some members of the drum group may wear traditional regalia and dance as well as drum, other times drummers simply wear street clothing. Drums usually rotate the duty of providing songs for the dancers, each taking a turn at the direction of the powwow management. The host drum of the powwow is a drum group primarily responsible for providing music for the dancers to dance to. At an intertribal powwow, 2 or more drums are hired to be the host drums. In some places there is a host northern drum and a host southern drum. Depending on the size of the powwow and the region where it is held, there may be many drums, representing nearly every tribe or community attending the powwow. At some powwows, the drums are judged on the quality of their performances, with prize money awarded to the winners. Each drum has a lead singer who runs his or her drum and leads the singers while singing. Host drums are responsible for singing the songs at the beginning and end of a powwow session, generally a starting song, the grand entry song, a flag song, and a veterans or victory song to start the powwow, and a flag song, retreat song and closing song to end the powwow. Additionally, if a powwow has gourd dancing, the southern host drum is often the drum that sings all the gourd songs, though another drum can perform them. The host drums are often called upon to sing special songs during the powwow. Famous host drums include Black Lodge Singers, Kuzad Singers, and Yellowhammer. The event, setup. A powwow is often set up as a series of large circles. The center circle is the dance arena, outside of which is a larger circle consisting of the MC's table, drum groups, and sitting areas for dancers and their families. Beyond these 2 circles for participants is an area for spectators, while outside of all are designated areas with vendors' booths, where one can buy food, music, jewelry, souvenirs, arts and crafts, bedwork, leather, and regalia supplies. At outdoor powwows, this circle is often covered by either a committee-built arbor or tent, or each group, particularly the MC and the drums, will provide their own. While most of the time, a tent provides shelter from the sun, rain can also plague outdoor events. It is particularly important to protect the drums used by the drum groups, as they are sensitive to temperature changes and, if it rains, they cannot get wet. Most vendors provide their own tents or shelters at an outdoor powwow. Powwow etiquette. Powwow etiquette is required, such as rules for when photography is or is not acceptable, protocol for the grand entry, and so on. A few guidelines are common. Clothing worn by participants is known as regalia, and not to be called a costume. Some rules are for common sense courtesy. Drums have special rules and should not be touched or played by those not a part of the drum group. People and their regalia should not be touched without permission. However, details of powwow etiquette vary from one geographic region to another. Opening. A powwow session begins with a grand entry and, in most cases, a prayer. The Eagle staff leads the grand entry, followed by flags, then the dancers, while one of the host drums sings an opening song. This event is sacred in nature. Some powwows do not allow filming or photography during this time, though others allow it. If military veterans or active duty soldiers are present, they often carry the flags and Eagle staffs. They are followed by the head dancers, then the remaining dancers usually enter the arena in a specific order: men's traditional, men's grass dance, men's fancy, women's traditional, women's jingle, and women's fancy. Teens and small children then follow in the same order. Following the grand entry, the MC will invite a respected member of the community to give an invocation. The host drum that did not sing the grand entry song will then sing a flag song, followed by a victory or veteran song, during which the flags and staffs are posted at the MC's table. Dances. Most of the various types of dances performed at a powwow are descended from the dances of the Plains tribes of Canada and the United States. Besides those for the opening and closing of a powwow session, the most common is the intertribal, where a drum will sing a song and anyone who wants to can come and dance. Similar dances are the round dance, crow hop when performed by a northern drum, or a horse stealing song by a southern drum. There is also double beat, sneak up, and, for women's traditional and jingle, sidestep. Each of these songs have a different step to be used during them, but are open for dancers of any style. In addition to the open dances, contest dances for a particular style and age group are often held, with the top winners receiving a cash prize. To compete in a contest, the dancer must be in regalia appropriate for the competition. Larger powwows have more specific categories. The dance categories vary somewhat by region, but general categories are as follows: men's dances, fancy dance or fancy feather dance, a dance featuring vivid regalia with dramatic movement, including spins and leaps. Often the biggest crowd-pleasing competition of a powwow. Aside from bright color and non-traditional materials, fancy dancers are also distinguished by use of a two-bustle design on their regalia. There are two styles of the roach. In the north, it is the same as the grass dance roach. In the south, the roaches have rockers, two feathers on springs that rock back and forth. Northern traditional, a dance featuring traditional regalia, authentic design in materials, single or no bustle, and movements based on traditional dances. Straight dance is usually a more neat and with more homemade features such as chokers, breastplates, etc. Their dances are like northern, they take one foot and step on the ball of their foot and then they tap it once on the ground. Then they tap it once again, but this time they put their heel a few millimeters above the ground and repeat the process with the other foot. They do this in a walking motion. It is very hard, especially if you have to follow the beat of fast drums. If they catch themselves off beat, they will tap their foot 3 times instead of 2 to get back with the drum's rhythm. Grass dance, a dance featuring regalia with long, flowing fringe and designs reminiscent of grass blowing in the wind. Dance movements are more elaborate than the traditional dances, but less flashy than the fancy dancers. Women's dances, traditional, a dance featuring traditional regalia of cloth or leather, featuring authentic design in materials, and dancers who perform, with precise, highly controlled movement. Buckskin and cloth, a traditional dance from the South. The name refers to the type of material of which the dress is made. The regalia is similar to the northern traditional dance. However, in the South, buckskin and cloth dances are judged in 2 separate categories. The dance steps are the same for both regalia categories. Fancy shawl, a dance featuring women wearing brilliant colors, a long, usually fringed and decorated, shawl, performing rapid spins and elaborate dance steps. Jingle dress, the jingle dress includes a skirt with hundreds of small tin cones that make noise as the dancer moves with light footwork danced close to ground. Normal intertribal dancing is an individual activity, but there are also couples and group dances. Couples dances include the two-step and owl dance. In a two-step, each couple follows the lead of the head dancers, forming a line behind them, whereas in an owl dance each couple dances alone. Group dances include the snake and buffalo dance, where the group dances to mimic the motions of a snake in the beginning of the dance, then change to mimic the actions of a herd of buffalo. At powwows where there is a large Southern Plains community in the area, the gourd dance is often included before the start of the powwow sessions. The gourd dance originated with the Kiowa tribe, whence it spread, and is a society dance for veterans and their families. Unlike other dances, the gourd dance is normally performed with a drum in the center of the dance arena, not on the side. Music. Powwow music is the Native American drumming, singing, and dancing performed at powwows. Though there are many genres unique to different tribes, powwow music is characterized by pan or intertribalism, with the Plains cultures, the originators of the modern powwow, predominating. For information on dancing, see dances. Drumming, good drums get the dancers out there, good songs get them to dance well. Without drum groups there is no music. No music, no dance, no powwow. There may be many drums at a powwow, especially weekend or week-long ones, but each powwow features a host drum which is accorded great respect and the most authority. The members of drum groups are often family, extended family, or friends. Groups are then often named for families, geographic locations, tribal societies, or more colorful names. Many groups display their names on jackets, caps, vehicles, and chairs. Traditionally only men would drum and women would sit behind the men singing high harmonies. Beginning in the mid-1970s, women began drumming with men and seconding, or singing, an octave higher, the song. Today, there are mixed-gender and all-female drum groups. The supplies a drum group carries include the drum, rawhide-headed, a cloth bag for padded drumsticks, the drum stand, folding chairs for sitting, and, in some cases, a public address system. The drum head, stand, microphone stands, and PA box are often decorated with paintings or eagle feathers, fur, flags, and strips of colored cloth. Readily noticeable in performances are the heartbeats used to indicate sections of the song. The traditional method consists of a pronounced strike by all singers every other beat. These may appear in the first or second line of a song, the end of a section, before the repetition of a song. A cluster of 3 heartbeats may be used at the end of a series of heartbeats, while a few beats in the first line of a song indicate performer enthusiasm. In the Hot 5 method 5 beats are used, with the first heartbeat 4 beats before the second, after which the beats alternate. Drum etiquette. To understand drum protocol, a drum may be thought of as a personal being and is to be regarded and respected as such. Drum etiquette is highly important. There are regional variations. The drum is the central symbol of Oklahoma powwows and is located in the center of the dance floor on powwow. Southern drums are suspended by 4 posts, 1 for each direction. Northern drums are set up on the outside of the dance area, with the host drum in the best position. Drummer singers are expected to remain at their drum and ready to sing at any moment's notice. A dancer might approach the drum and whistle, fan or gesture his staff over a drum to indicate his request for a song even if it is not that drum group's turn to sing. In some regions it is considered disrespectful to leave a drum completely unattended. Some drum groups do not allow females to sit down at their drum but welcome them to stand behind the drummers and sing backup harmonies. The reasons for this point vaguely to a variety of tribal stories that attempt to tell the history of drumming as each group understands it. People bring water to the drummers and generally assist the players as needed. The drum is offered gifts of tobacco during giveaways and musicians acknowledge this by standing. Singing. While the drum is central to powwows, the drum only helps them keep beat. Dancers key on the melody of the song. Rhythms, tones, pitch all help create their moves. Note that Bill Runs Above did not mention the lyrics of the songs, and while they are no doubt important, most lyrics of most songs employ vocables, syllable sounds such as ya, hey, and loey. This is particularly evident in intertribal songs, such as the AIM song, which cannot be biased towards a certain language. The song structure consists of 4 push-ups, singing the chorus and verse through 4 times. In each chorus the melody is introduced or led off by the lead singer whose is then seconded by another singer who begins to vary the melody before the end of the leader's first line. They are then joined by the entire chorus for the rest of the push-up. 3 downstrokes or heartbeats mark the end of the chorus and beginning of the verse, and during these drummers will alter their dancing such as by hopping low like fancy dancers. An increase in tempo and volume on the last 5 beats marks the end of the final verse. The dancing stops on the final beat and then a tail, or coda, finishes the song with a shortened chorus. Sometimes a drum group will sing the song more than 4 times, particularly when the song feels good and a singer sees the moment for an extra push-up or 2, or when a dancer blows a whistle or passes his staff or fan over the drum to signal that the song is to be continued for extra push-ups while he prays. Singing differs by region in that a high falsetto is used in the north while in the south a lower range is used. To the unfamiliar listener, Indian singing sounds exotic, different, and difficult to comprehend, and the contrast in the quality or timbre of voice used in traditional Indian and European musics may have much to do with that difficulty. However, to the trained ear, melodies flow, ascend and descend while dancers react to changes in the structure of the melody and the song. Lad says, "If you give me a stink song, I'll dance stink. If you give me good music, I'll give you a great show," implying that one can appreciate the music through the dancing, which is readily appreciated by everyone. But others say that today's contemporary contest dancers are expected to dance their best no matter how well or poor the drum group is that is singing for their contest. Generally, Native American singing follows a pentatonic scale and while, to the outsider, It may sound like we're just pounding a drum and going heya 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 heya. Sometimes there are actual words in Cree, Pikuni, Lushootseed, Niimapu, Lakota, Sukhpatin, Salish, Ojibwamoan or many other native languages. Talented singers also sing off the beat, placing the words between the drum beats rather than on them, which is probably the non-Indian's greatest obstacle in trying to learn Indian songs. Genres and change. In the 1970s, drums had begun incorporating native words in addition to vocables. Groups such as the Black Lodge Singers have released songs with English words, such as on their children's albums. Given the intertribal style of powwow music, it may be viewed as less traditional or valuable, though the music is also used to support tribal identity and display the value of a living culture. See also, Crow Fair, Gathering of Nations, Wild Westing. References. Works cited: Hatton, O. Thomas. Performance Practices of Northern Plains Powwow Singing Groups, Annuario Interamericano de Investigación Musical, Volume 10, ppA 123-137. Kiyo. Kiyo Celebration. Kiyo Student Organization, Native American Studies, University of Montana. Nettle, Bruno. Blackfoot Musical Thought, Comparative Perspectives. Ohio, The Kent State University Press. ISBN 0-87338-370-2. Roberts, Chris. Powwow Country. ISBN 1-56037-025-4. External links: Powwow calendar at powwow-powwow.com, Powwow calendar at powwows.com, Library of Congress collection of Omaha powwow music, Powwow Radio 24/7 free internet radio of powwow music, Powwow time, Powwow calendar, photo gallery and information, Denver March Powwow, Denver, Colorado, Gathering of Nations Powwow, University of New Mexico, Stanford Powwow, Stanford University, California, Shemptsun Feast of Green Corn and Dance, North Stonington, Connecticut, United Tribes International Powwow, United Tribes Technical College, North Dakota, Wassipi, Powwow documentary produced by Twin Cities Public Television, Powwow Princess Song.